Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on BetCraft. Another very beautiful Monday morning, a brand new week. And once again, we back with our predictions as usual. We take a look at football matches going on across the globe and make verdicts on each of these games based on recent past results for each of the matches. All right, that's what we'll do on a daily basis, you know. And that's exactly what we're going to do in a short while. All right, yesterday wasn't the best days for us as we saw, although we saw some of the games entering, but also we saw a game in the German side, Duisburg, you know, winning at 94th minute, and all of a sudden at the 92nd, at 96th minute, they conceded a goal and they drew that very match. Quite a very uncharacteristic of them. And in the last 20 games they had, I've actually seen them winning all the 20 games that they had at the same time. And unfortunately, yesterday they were unable to win, and it does happen in football. But we put that behind us, and we are hoping for a very favorable day today. And we will look at the matches in a short while. But I want to urge you to remember to join our VIP special group. We'll put out games that are having that higher likelihood of coming out just the way we predicted there. All right. Don't forget to join. You can always find the link in the description of this very video, as well as anywhere you see join channel membership around this very video. All right, with that said, we head to the business of today. We start with the very first game for today. It is a game in the French League One where we have Olympique Marseille who will be facing Paris Saint-Germain. And for Marseille, out of the last 6 games they had at the same times, we've seen the winning 3 matches and losing 3 out of those 6 matches. And for the away side, Paris Saint-Germain, the European champions. They've actually won 5 games and a draw out of the last 6 games. All right. When you take a look at how these sides fare from home and away base, you can see that Olympique Marseille actually does very well. They fared very well from home. You can see in the last 10 home matches that they had produced 8 wins and 2 draws. They didn't lose a single match in the last 10 home games that they had. All right, but their away side, Paris Saint-Germain, on the other hand, have won 7 from away, and they've also had a draw, but have lost 2 matches. In the last 10 away games that they had. Okay, the last away game was against Toulouse. We saw them playing out, quite a thrill match out there. With lots of goals. They won against Toulouse by 6 goals to 3 on that very occasion. And the home side is not doing badly. They're doing so very well at the moment. You know, and we look at head-to-head basis for both sides, how both sides fared the last time they met. It was Paris Saint-Germain who actually won by 3 goals to 1. Prior to that, we also saw Paris Saint-Germain also beating this very side by 3 goals to 2 from away. The last week. So it has always been Paris Saint-Germain who have dominated these various meetings. The last 5 meetings between the two sides, I've always seen Paris Saint-Germain winning against this very side. So that will be the reason why we're going with the away side, Paris Saint-Germain, to win outrightly against Marseille. It has a odd of 1.83, and it's a very good one for that very well. So we are going with the away side to win outrightly. That's a very good. We'll head to the next for today. It is a game in Russia Premier League where we have Sochi FC Sochi will be up against CSK Moscow. And for Sochi, in the last 6 games they had, they've lost these 6 matches. All right, for CSK Moscow, it is 3 wins and 2 draws, as well as 1 loss. And from home and away perspective, you can see Sochi had just 2 wins and 2 draws, as well as 6 losses in the last 13 home matches that they had. As a matter of fact, the last 3 home games they had saw them losing all 3 home games. The last home game saw them losing to the Dynamo Moscow by 4 goals to 0 from on that very occasion from your home. That tells you that this is not a side that is in good form at the moment. And for their away side, CSKA Moscow, even though it is 3 victories and 6 draws in the last 10 away games, they've actually lost just one. The last away game they had was a loss against Rostov, but on that occasion they lost by 1 goal to 0. But we'll look at how these two sides fared the last time they met was in club friendly. They played out a 0-0 draw in February of this very year. But prior to that, we saw them also playing out a draw, 2-2 draw on that very occasion. That was a match of last year. And here we'll be making our judgment based on the form of each of these two sides. We haven't seen the home side, losing out severally and losing the last 6 matches that they had. We are going with the away side, CSK Moscow, to take the day here. So we will expect a win for the away side in this very one. I will to win out shortly. That's all valid for that very encounter. All right, the next game we have for you is in the Swedish Division 1 North, where we have Hammarby Talang and Sollentuna. All right, for Hammarby, in the last 6 matches, it produces 3 wins and 3 draws. in the last 6 games for Hammarby Talanga, the home side. For Sollentuna, also a side who had 4 victories and a draw as well as 1 loss in the last 6 matches that they had. Okay, when you look at how the sides fare for home and away basis, you can see that Hammarby, the home side, have actually been able to achieve 7 victories and 2 draws, losing just 1 match in the last 10 home matches. The last home game they had was against CSKA, and we saw them beating CSKA by 4 goals to 0. You know, and this is a side who has been faring, very very well from home with a 70% home record. That's a very good one for the home side, and for the away side, Sollentuna, it is 3 victories and 3 draws, as well as 4 losses in the last 10 away games. The last away game they had was against Giffel, and they were lost on that occasion by 5 goals to 1. But again, what I've mentioned is the fact that most of the games for these two sides produce lots of goals. For the home side, you could see that it is 7 times out of 10 that have had over 2.5, and away side, you can see that the last 3 away games they had produced lots of goals. And the last 2 home matches for the home side, Hammarby, saw over 2.5 as well. And the last time they met was actually in April. It was Hammarby who won from away on that very occasion by 3 goals to 2. And also, what I've mentioned is the fact that the last 4 meetings between the two sides have always seen Hammarby Talent winning against Sollentuna, always producing lots of goals. And the last 4 meetings always saw over 2.5. And hence the reason we are going with the 3 goals to occur in this very encounter. So a minimum of 3 goals, and it is over 2.5. That's what value for that very game. Okay, we head to the next for today. It is in Ireland First Division where we have Athlone Town who will be coming up against Kerry. Okay, for Athlone Town, we could see this is a very poor side. They've actually lost the last 6 matches that they had in recent times, and they are side in the rock bottom of the league at the moment. And for Kerry, on the other hand, we could see they've won 3 matches and 2 draws. They've also lost once in the last 6 matches. Okay, and you're looking at how the sides fare from home away basis. You can see at the home side, the Athlone Town in the last 10 home matches have managed 6 draws and 4 losses. They've not won a single match in the last 10 home matches that they have so far. And for the away side, Kerry have actually won once in the last 10 away games. They've had 3 draws, but have lost 6 matches in the last 10 away games that they have so far. But when we look at how the sides fare from home and away basis, you can see that the last time they met was in just last month, and we saw Kerry play from home on that very occasion, winning against Athlone Town by 4 goals to 1, 4 goals to 0 rather. And also we saw Kerry also beating this very side in the FA Cup of the in the Irish FA Cup by 1 goal to 0. And in this very encounter, we are going with the away side who we have seen winning 3 games in the recent 6 games that they have so far. Win against the side that have actually lost the entire 6 games that they have so far. So we are going with the away side to win, despite the odds is actually a big one, 2.05. We are going with it to win outright. So that concludes it for us today on BetCraft. We wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes well. Remember to play responsibly as it's football matches. All right, sometimes may not always be exactly what is expected. All right. Remember to join our VIP group. We'll put out those games that have that probability of coming out better, and you can always find the link in the description of this very video, as well as anywhere you see join channel membership around this very video. That being said, tomorrow is another day and still better than today. I definitely will be back. But until then, keep winning.